What's up? It's 5-star. These are my week 2 picks. In the Sunday games, I'm going with Carolina over Atlanta, because I think the Panthers want to take out last week's frustrations on the division rival Falcons, and hopefully Delhomme can keep the ball in the hands of his receivers instead of the defensive hands. I'm going with Washington over St. Louis, because the Rams were the only team not to score last week, so I look for the Redskins to demolish this almost non-existent Rams team. I'm going with Tennessee over Houston, because the Titans did a pretty good job shutting down the Steelers last week, so shutting down these Houston Texans shouldn't be a problem for them. I'm going with New Orleans over Philadelphia. Now this really comes down to how healthy McNabb is after last week's rib injury, and the defense of the Eagles really did look good shutting down the Panthers, but the New Orleans Saints offense looked really unstoppable, but then again they were playing the Lions, so I think it really just comes down to how healthy McNabb is, but I think he's not that healthy and the Saints will get the win. I'm going with New England or the New York Jets. The Sanchez looked pretty good last week, and I'll admit it, Brady looked really good, but I think Sanchez is his first real test this week against his Patriot defense, and I think I look for the Patriots to squeak out another close win. I'm going with Oakland over Kansas City. And the Raiders really impressed me last week against the Chargers, so I think this Chiefs team should be no problem for them. And if I were you, I would look to see more sacks. Minnesota over Detroit, and the poor Lions. Minnesota steamrolled the Browns last week, so I look for them to do even worse to this Lions, and the Lions getting their 18th loss in a row. My upset of the week is Jacksonville over Arizona. Now, it'll be pretty shocking to see the defending NFC champion Cardinals lose 2 straight games to the 49ers and the Jaguars, but I think Jones-Drew will probably have one of the best games of his career this week, and they'll get the shocking upset. We go with Green Bay over Cincinnati. And this one was really tough for me to pick, because there's things on each team I like and don't like. But after Ocho Cinco saying that he's going to do the Lambeau leap, I think Green Bay is just going to come out with a little bit of fire, and they're going to get the home field advantage and get the win. I'm going with Buffalo over Tampa Bay. Now, besides that dumb decision to run the ball out of the end zone last week, the Bills looked pretty impressive, and they should have gotten the win. So I think this week they're going to make all the right decisions and get the win over Tampa Bay. I'm going with San Francisco over Seattle. And I was really impressed with these 49ers last week getting the win over the Cardinals. And I think they finally have a quarterback they can trust in Sean Hill. And Frank Gore is always a beast. And I think with the veteran wide receiver Isaac Bruce, I think this team should get first in the NFC West. Pittsburgh over Chicago. And it's a pretty big shock to Bears fans last week losing Urlacher, and Cutler just looking horrible. So I think the defending Super Bowl champs will just walk right through this game and get the W. Denver over Cleveland. And with that miracle play to end the game last week, I think the Broncos have a lot of momentum going into this game. So I look for them just to kind of squeak by the Browns, and they'll get the win. Baltimore over San Diego. Now I don't know what happened to the Chargers running game last week, but if they don't get it going this week, and they force Phillip Rivers to have to do a bunch of passes, I think this Baltimore Ravens defense is going to eat them alive. Dallas over the New York Giants. And this is a great Sunday night matchup. I look for these 2 NFC East rivals to come out firing in a very back and forth game, but I think being at home is going to give Dallas the advantage they need. They're going to steal this one, I think, in overtime. And in the Monday night game, Indianapolis over Miami. I think the good old Pennington to Reggie Wayne combo is going to be too much for the Dolphins to handle. And I really wasn't impressed by Pennington last week, so I'd be surprised if they scored more than 17 points this week. Well, that's my week 2 picks. Tell me what you think. Send me your picks. And once again, don't be the dude that comments after the games are over. Anybody can do that. Well, I'm 5-star. I'm going to go shave, and I'll see you next week.